Hey everyone, welcome back to Week 8 of the Pokemon Battle League. This is Coach Casey of the Slateport City Squirtle Squad. This week I'm up against Coach Mike of the Sunyshore Sharpedo. Pretty quick battle this week. I did not come as prepared as I should have, and Mike takes very good advantage of that, so let's get into it. Starts off with Mike sending out his Cobalion, and I send out Scuba Steve, my Araquanid. I was expecting him to switch to his Espeon pretty quickly for a Magic Bounce on Sticky Web, so I avoided using it, and instead opted for Liquidation, and get some pretty good damage on it. He sets up Stealth Rocks, which are not super important in this match, but he did take advantage of a good opportunity there. So I hit him pretty hard and was expecting him to switch, which he does, and again I'm still expecting Espeon to come out, so I use Liquidation again. He sends out his Espeon, a shiny green one named Beast Boy, and it can't stand up to Araquanid's Liquidation. This is probably the most successful thing I did this battle. So it's all downhill from here. Next up, he sends back out he sends out Geoff his Lycanroc Dusk, and this thing just tears my team apart this week. I didn't have any of my prepared notes with me. I left them all at work, and so I kind of panicked and switched into Nidoqueen, who takes a crunch pretty well, but didn't look like it could take two of them. So I again switch back out. My Araquanid has pretty good defenses, so I switch into it, thinking I could maybe use some of its defenses and maybe get Lycanroc out of there, but from the get-go I making mistakes. Excel Rock is a priority move, rock-based move, so it gets stab priority, which makes Lycanroc Dusk quite strong. That's boosted an additional 30% by its Life Orb, so it's hitting much harder than I anticipated. I send out Scary Terry, my Aerodactyl, and I Mega Evolve. Doesn't really help me much though. It uses Excel Rock, which one-shots Aerodactyl. That's really the only place that maybe the Stealth Rocks came into play. Again, I didn't have any of my calculations with me, so I wasn't really knowing what to expect. But from there, it's pretty much I set him up and he knocks him down. Magnezone is a 4x weakness to ground-based attacks, so Drill Run with Lycanroc's incredible speed is kind of a no-brainer. Next up I've got my Latias, named Blondie, who typically has pretty decent defenses, but I made her defenses sort of well-rounded this week instead of strictly physical, and so she cannot stand up to a Life Orb Crunch. I bring my Nidoqueen back out, who's already got some pretty heavy damage on it, which it can't stand up to a Drill Run. Jeff's getting pretty low. I bring out my Pangoro, who was kind of who I was thinking would be my win condition this week. I know he can take any one attack that Lycanroc puts out, but without getting a Swords Dance off, he can't really do anything else for the rest of the match. So I was kind of counting on being able to get a Swords Dance and then maybe a Drain Punch in, or somehow, recover some of that HP from the Drill Run from Lycanroc. But it's not meant to be. He gets 2 Drill Runs off, and they're both together. They're enough to take out Pangoro, and that's the whole match. Mike is a force to be reckoned with this season. He's back with a vengeance. Do not underestimate him, and always do your homework. See you guys next week.